Welcome to UTrain Online. Today we're doing our 15-minute total body workout. This is going to be done with a set of dumbbells, and so that's all you'll need, and a mat if you'd like to have one when we're doing some laying down exercises and some core. I structured today's workout so that if you would like to put together your own workouts at home, it's a really simple formula. I've chosen one push, one pull, one leg, and one core. We're going to be doing 2 circuits like that. So 4 exercises in each circuit. We're going to run through them 2 times each. If you have more time at home, feel free to expand it to 3 times, but we're trying to keep this workout nice and short and sweet for you. As such, we're not warming up. We're going to jump right in. So if you'd like to warm up, go ahead and pause this, go to our warm up, our dynamic warm up, and join us back here when you're done with that. Same idea towards the end. We don't cool down to keep it nice and short and simple. So go ahead and go press the cool down after you're done with this so you get a nice, complete, well-rounded workout. So today we're going to start with shoulder presses. Serena and I have around 8 pounds that we're going to be using today. If you only have 1 set of dumbbells, that's kind of going to guide you on how many repetitions to do. Since we're choosing 8, we've decided to do 15 reps of every exercise. If you have lighter weights, feel free to do 15 to 20. If you have heavier weights, then feel free to do 8 to 10. It really depends on what equipment you have at home. If you have a variety, then go ahead and try to choose something that's challenging, knowing that you're going to be doing 15 repetitions and 2 sets each. Okay, so go ahead and grab your dumbbells. We're gonna start with the shoulder press. We're gonna have our palms facing to the outside of our body, and we're gonna just press both of them up at the same time. And we're gonna do 15 reps, so let's begin. A couple of things to note on these is that you want to make sure that your core is nice and tight, that you're not arching the back while you're doing these shoulder presses. So one of the things I like to tell clients is to slightly bend the knees so you get a little bit more stability. And again, brace your core as if someone's going to punch you in the stomach. And you're just going to press up to the sky, making note that your ears are staying away from your shoulders. You don't want to scrunch up at the neck. If anything is bothering you, you can always drop the weight or take extra rest in between. 3 more. Full range of motion, press up to the sky, 1 more, perfect. Now the nice thing is that we're gonna keep the weight for the whole workout so we can keep moving. The next exercise is gonna be the bent over row. You're gonna have a nice flat back here. Again, slight bend in the knees. Make sure you're looking a little ahead of your mat so that your neck is not scrunched. I like to start with my palms facing my shins and then turn them in and get a nice row up towards the sky, elbows up towards the sky. You can try to get that extra squeeze at the top where you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. The more bend you have in your body, the more you're working against gravity, so that can be a way to intensify the exercise as well. The most important thing though is that your back is nice and flat. If you feel like you're rounding, you can go ahead and drop 1 dumbbell and split your stance with your legs and maybe put the supporting hand on either the arm of the couch or the seat of a cushion or a tabletop. Okay, 3 more. Stomach nice and tight. And 1 more. Good. The next one is a goblet squat. You can either hold both dumbbells at the top, or you can hold one like a goblet, which is where it gets its name, which you would take this kind of hold, or if it's a light enough dumbbell, you can actually take 1 hand on each side. You're gonna hold it at the chest, shoulders back, chest up, and squat down. Now for the squat, you wanna make sure that your hips are driving back, and that your chest is upright. So if you had words on your shirt, I'd be able to read them in the mirror. Your neck is neutral, so you don't want to look up to the sky and put extra strain on your cervical spine. You can get a little extra squeeze in the booty on the way up. If you need a little extra help with this, you can have a chair behind you and just sit and stand or tap your butt and stand. Again, form is the most important thing on all these exercises. 5 more, you're doing awesome. How are you feeling, Serena?
Perfect.
3, 2, and 1 more. Great. All right, you're gonna go down to the floor on your mat. We're gonna do our core exercise. Today we're gonna be doing leg lowers and we're gonna alternate them. So you're gonna start with your legs straight up to the sky. If you have the flexibility, they should be relatively straight. And you're gonna drop 1 leg towards the ground, hover right above the ground, not touching it, and come back up. And then drop the other. And you're just going to keep this pattern up. Make sure your lower back is pressed into the floor so you protect your low back. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can do leg lowers at the same time, both legs lowered to the ground and hovering. But you do have to make sure that you can maintain your back, pushing it against the floor. also make this a little more challenging by picking up the speed and doing more of a reciprocal where one leg is going up and one's going down. But again, you have to make sure that you can maintain pressure of your low back into the floor to protect your lumbar spine. We're going to be doing 20 of these, so 10 on each side. You can change repetitions for core work, a little more endurance. And I'm on 16, so we're going to do 4 more. Your pace may be different at home. You know the repetitions, you know the amount of times we're going through the circuits. Feel free to take extra rests, extra water breaks to go faster or slower. Just always make sure your form is the most important factor. Last 2. And 1 more. Excellent. All right, come on up. We're gonna go right into set number 2, starting with that shoulder press. Again, if you need to press pause at home, go right ahead. We'll be here waiting for you. Press up to the sky, palms face away from you, full range of motion, slight bend in the knees, brace the core. We're only doing 2 sets, so if it was a little light for you in the first round, you want to challenge yourself, you can go ahead and get heavier weights if you have them at your disposal. If you feel like you have to arch your back to get that extra up to the sky on the last few reps, then cut the reps. You want to make sure that you're protecting your low back. 1 more. Great. Next is bent over row. Bend in the knee, nice flat back, shoulders and rolled back, chest up. Squeeze the shoulder blades at the top. Slight pause. Again, go ahead and give yourself some extra support with a table or a chair. You can do the single leg, single arm, whatever works for you at home. Just make sure you're challenging yourself, but you're being smart. 3 more. Back nice and flat. And 1 more. Good, you're going for your goblet squat next. So again, either with both weights if you need a little extra weight. 1 if you want to hold it like a goblet. Chest up, shoulders back, squat. Squeeze at the top. How far you go in your squat, again, depends on a lot of things. Your flexibility, your comfort level with this exercise. If you have a little more flexibility, and since the weight is light, you can go a little deeper. If you need that chair behind you to tap, go ahead and use that as an option. You want to push through from your heel to the middle of your foot. Never on your toes. 5 more. Excellent, 2 more. And last one. Perfect, drop that weight, get onto the mat. We're gonna do 20 alternating leg lowers. Hands at your side for extra support. You can even make almost like the goal post and put them under your back if you need a little extra support. I prefer my sides. Start with your legs up in the air as straight as possible. Lower 1 down at a time for 20. Make sure your back is pressed down to the ground. As one goes down and the other comes up, try to feel almost like a push and a pull. You really want to try to get that leg that's up in the air really close to you as possible. 10 more. How are you doing back there, Serena?
Perfect.
Nice sunny day today.
It's beautiful.
5 more. If this is not your first workout with Serena and I, you know that sometimes we're in a studio, sometimes we're in the basement. The whole point of doing these exercise videos for you is so that you can take this anywhere that you can. And when it gets nice out, it's nice to get some vitamin D and a little fresh air as well. And last one. All right, round 1 is done. Round 2 is going to take a similar structure. Take a sip of water, take a small break. We're going to jump right into the second set. We're going to be doing push, pull, leg, and core again. Different exercises. Same pair of dumbbells here. If you need a different pair of dumbbells, go ahead and grab those as well. We're going to start with a chest press. We're already down on the floor. If your weights are on the lighter end, we're gonna be doing 15, but maybe even come up and bridge. What we're gonna do for the chest press, palms are gonna face away from you. You're gonna lower them both down at the same time. Tap the elbows. You can even pause here to take away any momentum, and then you're pushing them straight up into the sky. Again, if you have a lighter set, feel free to do more. And if you want a little added benefit, you can bridge up and get a little bit more glute and hamstring involved. If you're going to do this, just make sure that your heels are close to your butt and that you're pressing through the heels of your feet. And you're gonna hold it up there the whole time. And again, you can drop it at any time if you feel like you're losing form or if you're getting a cramp in your hamstring or anything like that. So concentration should be on the chest press, so just take it where you need to go. Give 3 more. And last one. Good. You're gonna come up to stand. The next exercise is gonna be an upright row. The upright row, again, take that same kind of bracing that you did earlier. Slight bend in the knees, shoulders back, chest up. You're gonna have your palms facing your thighs, and you're gonna just row up towards your chin. Both dumbbells are gonna stay close together. You don't need to have your elbows go any further than in line with your shoulders. You don't want any extra strain on your shoulder blades or on the shoulder socket. So this is just the perfect amount of range. Even if you have that extra flexibility, you want to be careful at that top part of the movement. Stomach tight, never leaning back. 2 more. Excellent. Now drop them at your sides. We're going to do an alternating reverse lunge. All the weight should always be in the front leg. Alternate which leg goes back. Shoulders rolled back again, chest up. For the lunge, you don't want to lean back, but you also want to make sure that you're not on the toes of the front leg either. So again, you always want to think of your heel in your middle of the foot is where you're pressing off of. If balance is an issue, then do 10 on one side and then switch to the other and just really concentrate on getting one side down. Since we're doing 15s on most exercises, we're going to do 30 of these.
Hooray!
We're already up to 16, actually 24 on my count, so we have 6 more, but I could be counting all wrong.
Well, you know you can't trust me.
Hopefully you're better counters at home. I can't really talk and count sometimes, but I know I'm around there. 1 more. Good, and then our core exercise is going to be a Russian twist. You could use both weights if you want to be a hero. I'm going to use one. You could either take this kind of grip or one side on each if it's light. You want your heels close to the body, so the further away you are from the midline, it's going to be a little harder. So again, gauge where you want to be. Shoulders back, chest up, lean back slightly to engage the core, and you're going to come from one side to the other. You're just going to alternate. Have your head follow where your arms are going. If you want to take this up a notch, you can take your heels off the floor and let them hover in midair. Or you can just keep them down, either one, wherever you feel like you are today. A nice twist, side to side. Range is really important here. You'll really start to feel it if you get a good range. We're gonna do 30, so we have 10 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lay right back down, grab your other dumbbell. We're gonna go back to that chest press. Palms are gonna face away from you. If you wanted to do bridge, you can. If you didn't do it in the first set, you can go ahead and try. Elbows tap and back up. When you come back up, they're coming together. When you come down, you're almost creating 90 degrees with your arms. If you're in bridge, make sure you're pushing through the heels, that the heels are close to your butt, and you can squeeze at the top. Good, 5 more. You're doing awesome at home. We're almost done already. 3, 2, and 1. Come to stand. Upright row is next. Again, slight bend in the knees, stomach tight so you don't arch. Dumbbells stay together and they're coming towards your chin, making sure that your arm is never going above in line with your shoulder. Always make sure you're looking straight ahead. You don't want to look down or up. Always pay attention to how your neck feels. A lot of people carry a lot of tension in their neck and in their upper traps. So if you feel like this is pinching, then you can do a front raise or lateral raise. You can add lib to any of these exercises. That's the nice thing about doing them at home. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the dumbbells at your side. Roll your shoulders back, chest up, reverse lunge, alternating. We're gonna do 30. It's the last set of these. Make sure when you're coming backwards that you don't slam your knee against your mat. It always just hovers a little bit above the ground. Make sure that all the weight is in that front leg so that you're leaning slightly forward, never upright or back. Straight ahead. The nice thing about our workouts is that they're really structured so that you can progress and regress on your own. So if this is not your first time doing this, you can add in a bicep curl if you'd like, or a shoulder press, or a side raise. You can get creative just using the bare bones of the workout. We'll do 4 more. 2, and 1. All right, sit down on the mat, grab 1 or 2 dumbbells, hold it however you like, heels close to the body if you want it a little easier, further away if you want it difficult, twist to each side. Again, if you did it in the first set or you want a little extra challenge, you can take your heels off and let them hover in the air. Make sure that you don't feel any strain in your lumbar. Do 10 more and then we're all done, guys. You're doing amazing. Almost there, home stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, awesome job. You made it through, you did it. 15 minutes, quick and dirty. Go ahead and press the cool down so that you get a nice lowering of your heart rate and your breathing rate. Again, I'm Jessica, this is Serena. We're UTrain Online. Please subscribe, like, and share if you like what we did today. And we'll see you again soon.